Sa Lunes, posibleng magbotohan ng senator judges kung ipapasabina ang financial records ni Vice President Sara Duterte at ng kanyang asawa o hindi. At kaugnay po niyan at iba pang mga issue, makakapanayan po natin sa Impeachment Court spokesperson attorney Reginald Tongol. Magandang umaga po, attorney.
Magandang umaga, Maris, and to all your televiewers.
Thank you po sa pagpunta niyo rito. Una po sa lahat, ano po bang mga konsiderasyon tinitignan ng Impeachment Court sa pagdedesisyon kung ipapasabina nga ba itong tax at bank records ni Vice President Sara Duterte? They asked for more days to decide.
Yes.
Sa Monday na po nila
Yes.
pagdedesisyonan.
Maraming konsiderasyon dyan. Unang-una, yung mga batas na involved doon sa issue. Kasi iba-iba yung mga hinihinging sabina at iba-iba rin yung mga dokumento at iba-iba rin yung mga legal issues. So, kailangan himay-himayin ng bawat senator judges yung mga dokumento at itali yan sa mga batas. Katulad na lamang dun sa bank records. Sa bank records, bank secrecy law ang batas doon at saka yung sa mga foreign deposits. So foreign deposits law at kasama din dyan yung ibinigay ng depensa na batas na nagko-cover din daw doon yung Data Privacy Act. So, kailangan tingnan yan kung yung mga exceptions doon nag-a-apply ba, yung mga jurisprudence sa Supreme Court decisions, meron na bang nasabi ukol doon? At saka yung mga previous impeachment proceedings, meron na bang nasabi doon? Doon naman sa tax records, yung National Internal Revenue Code, kasama doon yung kung yung Section 270, is it about confidentiality or is it about the penalty doon sa officer na magdi-disclose noon? And then is Section 71 the only exception na yung paghingi ng permiso sa presidente?
Exactly.
So, yun yung kailangan na mga himay-himayin sa pagtatanong at sa oral arguments. So, andyan din sa 22 bank records ng mga 22 businesses na connected daw kay VP Sara at saka sa asawa niya si Mans Carpio. So, kailangan mo rin ipasok dyan yung corporation code. Ano ba yung nakasaad sa corporation code at yung mga Supreme Court jurisprudence? Kasi, in a way, they are separate entities doon sa nasasakdal na si VP Sara at saka sa asawa niya. So, how does it apply the doctrines by the Supreme Court and the Corporation Code dun naman sa mga corporations na yun?
Pero attorney, I'm curious, is there really a need for the signature of the President para mailabas yung records na yun? Nakasaad po ito sa batas, no? Pero alam naman natin yung itong impeachment trial na to, sinasabi, it's also political. So, ano po ba? Kailangan po ba ng pirma ng Pangulo?
Yan ang hindi pa natin alam, no? Kasi ang dalawang school of thought dyan, yung school of thought ng prosecution na sinasabi na yung impeachment proceedings overrides the confidentiality clauses of all the laws because iba to sui generis to. Pero ang sinasabi naman ng depensa, hindi. Kasi nga, kailangan sundin mo pa rin yung due process. Hindi porket impeachment to, wala nang due process yung nasasakdal o yung respondent. Dahil sinabi sa Duterte versus House of Representatives na each and every step of the impeachment proceedings or process, kailangan i-accord yung due process doon sa impeachable officer. So yun yung pagtutunggalian ng dalawang school of thought. Pero makakahugot din naman tayo sa previous experience ng previous impeachment courts, which is persuasive to this impeachment court. Kasi nung mga panahon sa Corona impeachment, a subpoena was issued to the BIR Commissioner Jimenez, and then she was the one who asked the President na para makasunod siya sa subpoena at hindi siya makontempt of court ng impeachment court, humingi siya ng permiso. At doon sinabi ng Presidente, okay, sige, since that is ayan na yung ginagawa ng Senado and I respect what the workings of the Senate as a co-equal branch of government, then inisyu nila yung permiso na yun ng Presidente. So I think yun din yung isa pang way na pwedeng gawin naman ng prosecution at nung BIR Commissioner para to ensure na wala siyang malabag doon sa utos sa impeachment court at di nga rin malabag yung Section 270 kasi one of the things na i-considera mo sa pagsasampa ng mga criminal cases is if there is a justifying circumstance. And under the revised penal code, one of the justifying circumstance kasi is if you are just following a lawful order. So kapag may subpoena na, that is already a lawful order.
So all this we will know on Monday. Yung desisyon ng impeachment court, And kung kakailanganin pa yung pirma ng presidente, on the same day, we will be expecting that?
Hindi naman, no? Kasi yung subpoena, yung i-determine lamang sa Lunes kung i-issue yung subpoena o hindi. And now, the persons na inisyuhan ng subpoena have their recourse in Loren. May remedies din naman sila dyan. And one of the remedies of the BR Commissioner is to ask the permission of the President to do that.
All right. I'm just curious, bakit simple majority lang ang kailangan for the decision to subpoena the bank and tax records? Anong kaibahan nun dun sa actual decision na sa mga articles of impeachment?
Because under Article 11 ng Constitution natin, isinaad niya talaga na 2/3 yung final vote on an impeachment. So if the Constitution or any other law provides the specific number or fraction, yun yung susundin. If the law is silent on that, ang susundin is a simple majority. Based on common experience at saka yun yung unang pagkakaintindi naman ng mga tao sa isang collegial body na pag nagde-decide is a simple majority.
Alright. Bago pa man nakatakdang yung pagharap ng sa impeachment court ni NBI Director Melvin Matibag sa susunod na linggo, Tuesday po, no? Nagsalita na siya, si Senator Judge Alan Cayetano nung Miyerkules, kaugnay sa sinabi ni Matibag na iimbestigahan ang umano'y anomalya sa 2019 SEA Games. So, paano po ito tinitignan ng impeachment court? Does it have a bearing?
If you look at how the impeachment court acted when Senator Judge Cayetano rose up, he was allowed to do that. First, the presiding officer wants to hear ano ba yung concern. Second, gustong marinig ng presiding officer and the whole court ano yung connection ng concern na yun ni Senator Judge Cayetano doon sa matter at hand before the impeachment court. So, kaya siya pinayagan. However, it's already on the record kasi nga nagsabi na siya na ilagay na doon. So, hinayaan na lang. Although there is parang point of view as well among the senator judges that is not the place to raise those kinds of issues kasi sa plenary. But of course, there's also the point of view of the senator judges na since wala naman regular session, then talagang napilitan lang na doon i-raise. So I think yun yung sila na magde-determine if that is proper or improper because of course sila lang rin naman na may kapangyarihan to have a fellow senator judge 'di ba called out about kung nagtanong ka na meron bang relevance o wala, sila lang naman yun.
Parang kaya naman niya ginawa yun was because parang feeling niya, was this coincidental na bago ka humarap sa witness stand meron kang ganitong pahayag. But anyway, attorney, ano po ang inaasahan naman sa pagsalang ni NBI Director Melvin Matibag sa susunod na linggo, sa Tuesday to be exact?
Based on the purpose na inilagay ng prosecution, House Prosecution Panel dun sa kanilang pre-trial brief, ang nakalagay dun kasi is to testify and also identify the documents that was already, and then to testify on the investigation that happened. He will corroborate kung ano yung mga sinabi ng mga NBI Regional Director at saka ng NBI agent and also confirm the process of how they did the investigation and how they weighed the statements of both parties, the respondent and of course yung mga pinatunguhan na mga tao ng respondent when she made those statements.
Ano pa po ang inaasahan natin sa susunod na linggo na mangyayari? I understand, mas marami ng mga witnesses na dapat magte-take ng witness stand for this article of impeachment, number 4, pero hindi na sila isasalang.
Yes.
Si Attorney Melvin Matibag na lang yung pinakahuli. So are we proceeding to the next article of impeachment already by next week?
It seems so because the House Prosecution Panel last Wednesday filed a request for subpoena and that was issued by the impeachment court to the land bank of officials to bring documents at saka na mag-testify on the bank accounts, bank records ng DepEd sa land bank. Ito yung tumutukoy doon sa Article 1 at doon nakalista yung mga testigo na yon. So we are expecting that the House Prosecution Panel will wrap up the Article 4 and then proceed to presenting evidence for Article 1.
Alright. Maraming salamat po sa paliwanag at sa inyo pong presensya sa pagpapaunlak sa aming imbitasyon na paliwanag po ito. Maraming salamat po, Impeachment Court Spokesperson, Attorney Reginald Tonggol. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Magandang umaga rin sa inyo.
Okay.